What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Locked On Pirates podcast. I am, of course, your host, Ethan Smith. Hope you guys are having an awesome day as we talk about the Pittsburgh Pirates here and also play some MLB The Show here on YouTube. So I'm going to share this on Twitter so you guys can come through and have an awesome time. I'm also making sure the audio is all good, so if you hear me in the background for a second, yep, we are all good. So you guys can hear me. So that's awesome. Of course, I am on PS5 watching the game. And you guys should come and join me. We always have a fun time here at Locked On Pirates. Of course, tomorrow morning, you guys will be getting a recap of this series with Jeff Carr of Locked On Reds, as well as that whole crew that they have over there. And right now, the Pirates, after some events, are up 1-0 in this game. Robert Duggar has come on for the Cincinnati Reds, the Chicago Reds. As I'm posting a tweet for you guys to come tune in, your chat should be popping up in the bottom right, but I'll also be keeping an eye on them on my computer as well. And also, this is an AMA. So hopefully you guys have a ton of questions to ask here today. And that tweet is out for everyone to see. We are live, of course, on YouTube, one of the many platforms you can find the Locked On Pirates podcast on. It's always very fun to have you guys join in on these things and have a fun time with me. Have a fun time just talking and everything. Michael Chavis, of course, up to bat. Very interesting news coming out of the day here for the Pittsburgh Pirates with Roansy Contreras getting sent down for what appears to be a stint on the AAA staff, which is very interesting. And I consider it even more interesting because of the fact that, one, he's going to basically be on standby in AAA. And, yeah, it's going to be really cool, I think, to see how this moves forward with these guys. And, yeah. As we have a little break in the action here. Hopefully you guys are all having a phenomenal day. What's up, Robert? How are you? Thought they said he was going to be on the taxi squad. I still haven't gotten a ton of information on that yet. If you saw it on Twitter, though, from a reliable source, I'm pretty sure it's true. I've kind of been off and on Twitter today watching the game, so it's been kind of interesting to consider that. But it's really cool to me that the Pirates have the idea here that Contreras needs the time off, but also it is kind of infuriating in a sense. And you can see why it's infuriating as well, just because of the fact that, there's a lot of different things going on with the Pirates in terms of their young players, especially with Yoshi Tsutsugo, Ben Gamel, and a lot of these guys coming back. And Contreras looked good in the game earlier, and I think that's why it kind of threw people off that he got sent down. And it's very interesting to me as well that he gets sent down on top of the fact that he also needed the break. I mean, today was the first time he's had a start over 6 innings all year, and you want to make sure that he is perfectly okay. You don't want him doing anything out of the ordinary that's going to get him hurt or anything like that. But on the one hand as well, you want to make sure that he is doing what he needs to do while he is down where he is, if that makes sense. Like, you don't want an issue with Contreras going down and then staying down for an extended period of time. Also, if you guys want to see anything on MLB The Show, kind of highlighting my all Pirates team, of course, Brian Reynolds with his phenomenal month of June gets a card here, as Bryce Wilson is on the hill again. Gregor Rock said it on the AT&T broadcast that it was only on paper and he would be on the taxi squad. Um, yeah, I mean, I could see that, but also let's consider that Greg and Rock are wrong on a lot of things. But also, it wouldn't surprise me if he was on the taxi squad. I think that's probably what it's going to be. I would assume that he's going to stay on the taxi squad for like a minimal amount of time, and then I believe he'll probably come back up when he's ready. Maybe just take it out through the All-Star break, which would be perfectly fine. I mean, I don't see any issue in it. But after a start like today, again, as I said before, it is kind of infuriating that you're going to get to see him have to get starts in AAA, I guess, which you don't want to see. But also, there's a contingency plan here to make sure that he's good for the rest of the year, which gets into a whole nother can of worms with how Derek Shelton has managed the arms and everything and how things are going, which, to be fair, I mean, he's done, for the most part, he's done a decent job with that, but he has also had issues with keeping these guys going. Like, we've already seen David Bednar have issues. We've already seen a lot of different things go on with that whole deal. And seeing Bryce Wilson again, too, especially against the Reds, this is something I wanted to get into today, and I'm going to talk about a little bit tomorrow with the guys over at Locked On Reds, which that'll be your episode that you guys will get tomorrow morning. It's nice to see Bryce Wilson continually get these chances, and also the Reds being the team that they are and the state that they are, it's also very nice to see them give Wilson this kind of chance. Like, Wilson and Contreras pitching today against these Reds teams, to me, is good as Wilson gives up a hit here, which Sawinski will, of course, easily take care of. That was Jonathan India, last year's Rookie of the Year winner. As I've said before, you have guys like Jack Sawinski, Oronzi Contreras, and possibly O'Neill Cruz, who are all going to vie for that spot there. But again, with the whole Roansy Contreras thing, I definitely overreacted immediately because I didn't think of it that way, but I do think it's just a contingency thing to make sure that he can get through the rest of the year without having a JT Brubaker 2021 situation where Brubaker was practically put on the shelf for the final month and a half of the year because he just pitched so many innings and was getting taxed on his arm, which gets into the trade deadline. If the Pirates are going to acquire anything at this trade deadline, especially with like the likes of Jose Quintana being possibly your biggest trade piece, along with other guys too, like Chris Stratton, I really want the Pirates to focus on the bullpen. The bullpen has been a large part the reason why this team is where it is. The back end of the bullpen, of course, has been awesome with David Bednar. You've seen other things happen as well. As another hit here, this time Brandon Drury, and that'll get India to third. You get it kind of twisted sometimes when you realize that this Pirates team, being 34-48, is well above expectations to me. There's definitely some of those games, though, like that Rays series in particular, which is my most recent memory, where the Pirates played them so hard and just didn't get a win in the series, and they were that close to getting wins in all three of those games. Is Dave White? What's up, Dave? How are you, man? Finally happy that you were able to catch a live stream saying they need a catcher, too. I'm also on the catcher train. Would I be against Jason DeLay and Tyler Heineman for the rest of the year? No. Michael Perez, I think, for some reason, still has a spot on this team just because he's done just enough to stay, which is not what you're looking for here. I don't see the purpose of having Michael Perez anymore. His offensive output is just not what you want it to be. And the thing is with it as well is you want to make sure that when Henry Davis gets called up here next year, which more than likely he will be getting called up next year, you want to make sure that the guy is not going to have so much on his plate already by the time that he gets here that he's already going to be drained and has to play so many games, right? And that's why when I bring up the idea of the Pirates bringing in somebody for that reason, I want to see them bring in somebody at the catcher position that's not only going to be a stopgap, but also a guy like a Jacob Stallings, who, albeit, again, also not the greatest offensive output guy, but teaches the pitching staff things. And that's what the Pirates need right now, is a catcher who's going to elevate these pitchers. And they had one in Roberto Perez, but unfortunately, of course, we know he got injured, which is why, to me, one of the biggest priorities the Pirates should have this offseason, especially if Perez appears to be healthy and on track, which he more than likely will be, they definitely should look into bringing him back. I see no reason as to why he shouldn't be back. Also, I see no reason as to why the Pirates shouldn't consider bringing him back, because a Roberto Perez pairing with Henry Davis closer to the back of the year. Speaking of Roberto Perez, as we pack him here on MLB The Show, speaking of Roberto Perez, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what the Pirates decide to do at catcher. They have a piece in Quintana that I think could bring them back a near MLB ready catcher. I'd still love to talk to the Toronto Blue Jays with one of those guys, like a Danny Jansen or Alejandro Kirk, but I don't think it'll happen. And Bryce Wilson here looking to get out of the jam against Tommy Pham out here dropping dimes on YouTube tonight. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I see we have 4 watching now. Thank you guys, of course, for coming in and joining a watch party. Of course, ask me anything. That's what I'm here for. This isn't an episode. This isn't any of that stuff. It's just something fun that I think I could add to the channel, add to the waves of Locked On Pirates, make sure things are fun. And there's what Bryce Wilson needed. Cruz, Van Meter, Chavis. Double play. You'll take that all day, and the Pirates keep the lead going into the end of the 3rd inning. And I am really excited for the eventual O'Neill Cruz breakout. Of course, he kind of had it in his opening game. I just want to know why I should have any faith that things will be different. Well, Will, I think a lot of that goes into the idea that right now, yes, Cherington is playing guys like Tsutsugo. He's playing guys like, Kevin Newman when he eventually comes back. He's playing guys like Ben Gamel. And that's just the growing pains of being a team that is still rebuilding. Now, people say, well, Neil Huntington got to the playoffs 3 times, 4 winning seasons. Oh, referring to the catching situation. It's hard to tell, William. It's just, yeah, having the bad players, of course, is a given. But with the whole thing in terms of the catcher position, it just really depends on what they're deciding to do. And yes, they have handled it so badly, and that's why for some people who have followed the podcast for as long as you guys have, you remember when they traded Jacob Stallings, I was infuriated. And I was not happy because Jacob Stallings, again, not the biggest offensive output here from him, but he was so integral in a guy like JT Brubaker and a guy like, eventually I hope and thought it was going to be Roansy Contreras, back using him to get better. And it sucks because you didn't get to see that because they offloaded him to the Marlins. All right, guys, are we getting the rare round, by the way? Let's see. Nope. But that helps. Awesome. Anyways, I just get to the point where at some point the Pirates need to change something with this. And people will be like, well, what do you mean? What do you mean they need to change something with this? And Michael alluded to it immediately. There was no plan if the guy got injured. Rob, that's a great, that was good, Rob. I like that one. They can keep Josh Van Meter as a bullpen arm. But at the end of the day, it's very hard, in my opinion, to imagine the Pirates doing anything super crazy in terms of the catcher position. And I don't expect them to, I don't expect them to do anything absolutely nuts. I don't expect them to sit there and go trade for a all-star catcher because they don't need to. But at some point, you do need to stop fielding Michael Perez, Tyler Heineman, and Jason DeLay. And at one point in the year, you had Andrew Knapp. A guy in the system that I wouldn't mind giving a... and by the way, if you guys are also MLB The Show players, I'm just grinding out the program. So I'm using Play the CPU. So in honor of us playing the Reds, let's play the Reds. And yes, I do it on Rookie, so if you guys get mad about me playing on Rookie and getting this done quicker than it normally would happen, then oh well. But Dave says Greg Brown approves of that, keeping him as a bullpen arm. Yeah, you know, it's one of those things for me with Josh Van Meter is from the moment that he got here, I don't even know why they brought him in, if that makes sense. I saw no reason for them to bring him in. I saw no point in him being here, but they did it anyway. You know what I mean? And Van Meter's had his moments. I'll be honest here. He's had moments where you might have expected him to do well, and he has had those moments, but he also has had many moments where he's just not good. And the Pirates have so many midfield options that it's ridiculous to start Josh Van Meter. Now, of course, he's a versatile guy. It's one of those things, and yes, Rob, he was livid. Speaking of the whole John Heyman thing, I saw a lot of you guys go after him, much like I did. Not a fan of John Heyman bringing that up, especially out of the context that it was, because people thought he was mad at Stanton. He had no reason to be mad at Stanton. Stanton was just doing his thing. And, you know, of course, players get player bonuses for the amount of home runs. That one home run might be the difference in Giancarlo Stanton getting a raise at the end of the year or not. And it's not his fault that the Pirates threw Van Meter out there. But at the end of the day, with a guy like Van Meter, the Pirates are close at this point, and this is something that I've been meaning to say on the podcast too. They're close enough to this point where we're kind of getting the idea of who's going to be here and who's not. I can go ahead and bank on you right now. Yoshi Tsutsugo will not be on this team next year. Josh Van Meter will not be on this team next year. You already saw how quick off the draw they were to get rid of Yu Chang. They got rid of Cole Tucker. They got rid of a lot of guys already. There's going to be a very, very interesting team that you're going to see in 2023. And why do I say that? Because not only do you have guys like Sawinski and Cal Mitchell who got sent down, O'Neal Cruz, Diego Castillo, those guys, but you also have Leover Piguero, who we got to see in a short stint here. Nick Gonzalez will be ready probably by next year if he could get off the injury bug. There's going to be a lot of guys that are going to be up here next year that are going to just continuously make this team better. But where Cherington, I think, is going to separate himself from Neil Huntington and hopefully separate himself from Neil Huntington is find the holes in your roster, like the catcher position, like the bullpen depth, I would say, because you do have one of the better bullpen arms in all of baseball in David Bednar. But at some point, you have to realize that the Pirates are going to have to add in free agency at some point. Is that going to hinge on what Cherington does, or is that going to hinge on what Nutting allows Cherington to do? That's going to be what's going to be interesting, in my opinion, because there's going to be valuable options every year in free agency. I mean, you've seen what the Pirates have added in free agency the last 2 years. They get Quintana. They get Tyler Anderson last year. Tyler Anderson didn't bring you back the most crazy package, but he also brought you back something. Tyler Anderson was a good arm, and he revitalized his career in Pittsburgh. The Pirates, even in the last winning window, as you guys know, did a very good job of finding those guys. They found Marlon Byrd. They found A.J. Burnett, Francisco Liriano, guys that were from out of the system to help fulfill spots for Jamison Tyone, Andrew McCutchen, Starling Marte, the homegrown guys. So that's what I think we're kind of waiting on as Pirates fans right now, as we're waiting on the prospects to at least get this team, I'd say, to a 70-75 win range, to then where Cherington, Nutting, Shelton, and whoever else makes those decisions can go to the front office, and the front office can say, okay, I think it's time we compete again. That should start next year at minimum. 2020 was a tough year to gauge for Cherington just because it was his first year. There wasn't much he could really do to add or subtract. And, of course, he had Josh Bell, Colin Moran, Jamison Tyone, Joe Musgrove, the likes that. But this team was never going anywhere with them. It's kind of like what you saw from the Los Angeles Clippers, my favorite basketball team, whenever they had Lob City with Chris Paul, for my basketball fan listeners, Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan, and Blake Griffin. Together, they were really good, but they could never get over the hump, and that's kind of what happened with McCutchen, Marte, and Polanco. Now, you would argue, same thing with Tyone, Bell, and all them, you would argue that, okay, they were a few pieces away and they could have added. But what's to say Cherington, who hasn't had the opportunity to do this yet, sees that he has a middle infield combo of Piguero and Cruz, Hayes, and whoever at first base, maybe Mason Martin, who's to say that he doesn't say, okay, I just need to go get a major league outfielder, some major league pitching, and this team could contend for a wild card spot. Because don't forget now, the wild card has an extra spot now. At one point, the Pirates were 5 games back of that. They're obviously behind the 8 ball now and will probably remain to be behind the 8 ball unless we see some unforeseen things happen in the second half of the season. But you also have to keep in mind that Cherington has not had the opportunity yet to prove how he's going to make this team win. Anybody, any general manager right now, any owner would probably have this team in the same spot. Every owner is not Steve Cohen. We're not expecting billions to be thrown into this team. Would it be nice? Yes. But the Pirates are also not in a spot right now where we should be critiquing what Ben Cherington is doing as of yet. Now, of course, he does deserve a critique. They always deserve it before they get to that point, you know. But we can't really critique him yet until we see what he does to turn this team into a contender, which it eventually will be, and also what he does to keep it a contender. So also, now that I've kind of went on that spiel, what other questions did you guys have while Diego Castillo is batting here against Duggar in a full count for the Pittsburgh Pirates? I love your questions, by the way. I love answering your questions. You guys, of course, are the reason I do this podcast all the time. You guys, the listeners, are the reason I love doing this. I mean, if it wasn't for you guys, I'd have nobody to do it for. But what other questions did we have today in regards to the Pittsburgh Pirates? Of course, we covered the catcher position. We covered the Roansy Contreras move. I didn't ever really get the chance to talk to you about the Manny B move. We saw him last night against the Yankees get absolutely torched, which did not surprise me whatsoever. Not the biggest move as Diego Castillo strikes out to end the top of the 4th inning. Pirates need this win, by the way, I think. They are, of course, on their longest road trip since 1997, I believe. 4 games in 48 hours, of course, with the game last night, the 2 games today, and then, of course, the game tomorrow night against the Brewers, which we will also be previewing tomorrow. Wow, all those popped up on the screen at the same time. Who is your all-time favorite Pirate and why? Well, the Pirate that got me into baseball, Rob, was Jason Bay, so I always kind of default to Jason Bay. I loved watching Kutch play. I know that's kind of a cop-out answer, but also I was a second baseman whenever I played baseball, so Neil Walker always kind of had a soft spot in my heart, purely off of the fact that he was a hometown kid. He was a very good baseball player, but I was very much a big Jason Bay guy. A.J. Burnett, I was always a fan of, too. I really liked Russell Martin in those winning years. Marlon Byrd was another guy that I really liked growing up, too, and whenever he ended up on the Pirates, I was very happy about that. But I'd say it's kind of like a 3-way tie between Jason Bay, Neil Walker, and McCutchen. I would say that would probably be my top 3, 1A, 1B, 1C. William, of course, says that's the reason Manny was DFA'd. There was a reason for that, and I agree 100%. Out of these rookies that we've seen this year, which ones are not keepers? That one is tough, Dave, because, again, it feels like so long ago that Diego Castillo and Sawinski were up here, but they've really only seen 3 months of action. I think Hoy Park, I know he's not a rookie anymore. I think he's going to definitely be an oddball out because of the amount of guys that are available at the disposal right now for the Pirates. But also, as you guys see with MLB The Show, I'm over here doing stupid crap like this, and I might still end up being safe. Oh, never mind. But Hoy Park is definitely one of those guys. Cal Mitchell, man, it's very hard just because I wish his fielding was better. Sawinski has that kind of uptick on him right now with the fielding and the power. I mean, Bly Madris has been a cool story, but he's already 26. I don't know how long he sticks around as a rookie. Yuri De Los Santos, I've loved what I've seen from him as well. Hoy Park is really the only one I'd say that's definitive out of that young group, just because we still have so much of a season to go. Diego Castillo maybe could be on the chopping block, but I think also his sneaky power has done him well. Swaggerty's another guy that I'm kind of interested to see what they do with, because they didn't really give him an opportunity while he was up here. And I see that Will and Dave also bring up Swaggerty. It's very interesting that they didn't really give him much of an opportunity while he was here. And Kanan Smith-Njigba, yeah, again, you guys bring... I love that I start naming guys, and you guys bring them up immediately after I name them. Kanan Smith-Njigba, of course, had that injury, or else I expected him to have a kind of breakout. I really thought he... now, when I say breakout, I'm not saying, like, oh, he was going to contend for Rookie of the Year or anything. I was saying he was going to be, like, a guy that obviously would do, like, really good things. Cal Mitchell and Swaggerty, I think, outside of Hoy Park, are the two guys that are going to be close to it. Diego Castillo, I think, is doing just enough to stay. I also think that another guy that could potentially have that issue is Bly Madris, but outside of that, I don't expect a lot of these guys to really have issues. I see Dave also brought up that he thinks Matt Gorski could be a Jason Bay type. I would love that. And, Will, you were speaking my love language, sir, with Kanan Smith-Njigba, saying he has good on-base skills. On-base, man, on-base percentage, to me, is one of the most important stats in all of baseball. Now, a lot of people will say, it's kind of interesting to bring up the idea of just on-base percentage, right? But on-base percentage and OPS, to me, are the two most important stats. Your average could be garbage for all I care, but you look at Sawinski, who has like an 800 OPS right now. That plays, dude, because he's getting on base. He's finding ways to get on base. He's finding ways to get things done, and that's what you want to see. And that's how you win ball games. The Pirates, of course, need to fix the issue of not scoring with runners on base, but that's something that'll come with time. Rob, that's also cool, dude. You played against Neil Walker in high school. That is actually really dope. Do you remember which high school did you play for, Rob? I always love hearing stories about people playing against former major leaguers. Of course, I have my own. Sawinski post his first 2 weeks has an on base of like 350, I think. Yeah, I think it's somewhere around that. I know when he was in that really good stretch where he was absolutely like killing the ball after that 3 home run game against San Francisco, he like uploaded it pretty quickly. But yeah, Rob, I have a pretty cool story about that too. I was teammates in Little League with Louis Campusano, the catching prospect from the San Diego Padres, which is why when we were trading Joe Musgrove to the Padres and then, of course, Adam Frazier, I was hoping we were going to be able to snag him away. Another guy that's very interesting, too, that I wanted to bring up in the rookie conversation is Marcano. I think Marcano is also safe because he was traded for Adam Frazier. But I also wouldn't just stamp his name as a guy that's going to stay. Now, of course, out of the middle infield guys outside of Cruz, obviously, that are here, I think Marcano has shown the most promise. Brashear High School, it was the first round of the WPIBIA state tournament when he played for Pine Richland. Oh, that's cool. Well, most of my family went to Chartiers Valley High School. I, of course, did not grow up in Pittsburgh, so I didn't get to go to CV. But I've heard of Pine Richland and all the high schools up there, and I keep up with high school baseball in the area just because I think it's pretty fun to talk about. So that's really cool, dude. I mean, Neil Walker, I know, was kind of like a revelation when he was in high school just because of the idea that, one, he was a hometown guy, the Pirates had their eyes on him, all that good stuff. But Sawinski, by the way, if you had to tell me if I could pick the guys that are safe from this rookie group right now, Sawinski is definitely there. Contreras, De Los Santos, Marcano, etc. And Williams says, I was in the minority. I actually like the Frazier trade when it happened, only because some people are like way too high on him. I agree, and you got to see that whenever he was in San Diego. Whenever he was in San Diego, dude, he was just putrid for the most part. He was pretty much unplayable. If you ask Javi Reyes, it was kind of rough to watch. And I actually remember whenever they were talking about trading him to the Seattle Mariners and people were bringing up Logan Gilbert and guys like that to trade for. And I was just like, dude, nobody's going to see a left-handed contact hitter that highly like people thought they would. And that's why when Frazier got traded, a lot of people flipped out saying we didn't get enough. But you look at Sawinski, you look at Marcano. Both of those guys have had a pretty decent impact on this team this year. And that's the thing that I've liked so much about this 2022 Pirates team, is they've had such an impact on what this team is based off of base and losses. Or wins and losses. Sorry, I'm like all over the place. Based off of wins and losses, though, I mean, Sawinski has been the reason this team has won or lost games at some points. Contreras has been the reason this team has won and lost games. Yuri De Los Santos with the Bednar stuff has been kind of slotted into a role that we didn't expect him to be in, and he's taken charge with it, which you're very fond of. As, speaking of, Ben Gamble make a nice catch there to end the inning, and through 4. The Pirates still leading the Reds 1-0, and again, I'm calling this a must-win game just because the Reds, you're better than the Reds as of right now, and you also need to just make sure that moving forward you really, especially on a road trip like this, games that you're in, that you won, they have a lead in right now, but games that you're in, man, you got to start closing these games out. The Pirates, with the amount of games they haven't closed out this year, it is kind of rough to talk about, but it's also, you look at the team and it's like, okay, whatever. Hopefully you guys are also enjoying the MLB The Show grind in the background, by the way. I just thought this was a cool idea to get you guys engaged a little bit. Kind of just sit down and talk with no format. Honestly, bullpen help will, just because I think the bats are going to come along with the likes of Peguero, Gonzalez, Gorski, Martin, all those guys that you're expecting next year, the return of Kanan Smith and Jigba from injury, Henry Davis later on in the year. Bullpen help is a little hard to find. I do need them to bring up Cody Bolton at some point. I'm getting really aggravated that Cody Bolton hasn't gotten a chance yet. But I think bullpen help is also a lot easier to find outside of the organization. So if you had to ask me what their offseason move should be, is to fulfill the catcher position, as well as make the bullpen better. Dave, I have been following the prospects. Oh yes, Carl Edwards Jr. I'd love to have him here as an FA or as FA signing next year. But going back to the MLB prospects question, I am very high on Brooks Lee. Charrington, of course, does like his college guys, and the draft, of course, is still a couple weeks away. But the week of the draft, during that All-Star week, I am going to be doing my own little kind of mock draft for the first couple parts of the draft as I give up my no-hitter on rookie, darn. But I really like Brooks Lee. I remember in January of last year, it was the, I can't think of his name right now, but the outfielder. Barry is another guy that I also like, but I do plan on having Lindsey Crosby on, host of Locked On MLB Prospects, to kind of give me an idea of what he's hearing about the number 4 pick. Give him, because, I mean, that's his whole shtick over there as he covers all this stuff. I have my my opinions on it, but my opinions on it are also not, like, set in stone, just because so much can happen. I mean, last year, of course, with the draft, you had a lot of people upset that the Pirates didn't go Jack Leiter or one of the high school shortstops and opted to go Henry Davis, but Henry Davis has also had a very good start to his career in the minors, and he fills a need that you have. So while I have you guys here, let's actually look this up real quick. I always like talking the draft. The draft, to me, doesn't get enough love. And it's also, oddly enough, the draft is on a Sunday this year, which I find very interesting. It's on July 17th through the 19th. So we're going to look at Jim Callis, who actually came out with one today. He actually came out with it today, talking about his top 5. Johnson is from St. Mary's, just down from I-95. Oh, that's pretty dope. So MLB.com, we're going to talk about this a little bit here. Jim Callis has, of course, the Orioles getting Drew Jones, which does not surprise me. Peachtree Corners, Georgia. Well, I don't really follow it that much either, and it's also a lot harder to follow the MLB draft because you're not only considering the fact that some of these guys are coming out of college, but a guy like Drew Jones, who's coming out of Peachtree Corners High School, you can't really get eyes on the guy. But the Orioles, I wouldn't expect them to do anything other than Drew Jones. Jackson Holliday is a guy that I would really love the Pirates to have fall to him, but I do think the Diamondbacks love him. Also, though, the shortstops are a little interesting because you have Jackson Holliday, you have my pick that I like out of Cal Poly, which is Brooks Lee, and based off of what Cherington has drafted thus far, he really likes his collegiate guys, which I have no issue with. He likes his college bats. But in this mock, they actually have the Pirates getting Termar Johnson out of Mays High School in Atlanta. For Batum on this, there's increasing chatter that the Pirates will emulate their strategy from 2021. They took a talented player with their top choice while also securing a discount to free up cash on later selections. That would also be what I would expect to happen again. I think the Pirates are going to opt to go underslot and do that. They could also do that with Elijah Green, who they have going to the Nationals, which that is really cool, by the way, if Elijah Green goes to the Nationals, and I'm kind of hoping that happens because him and Juan Soto, especially if Soto stays in Washington, would be a dynamic pair when Soto enters his like 26, 27 age years. But talking about Johnson, I'll pause real quick. JC third baseman Cam Collier are the most obvious candidates, as they both could go 8th or lower if they get past here. Of course, Pittsburgh has been associated with college hitters as well, Lee in particular. No. Yeah, so he's from Atlanta. Will, what is your stupid question? I don't ever consider anything a stupid question when it comes to baseball. Trust me, I was talking to people who watch my podcast. Kumar Rocker, everything I've seen suggests he's going late first. Okay. So is that the question, or is the question coming? Because Kumar Rocker, by the way, if you guys didn't know, is doing pretty good for himself right now at the independent leagues, which I am really liking. He's playing for the Tri-City Valley Cats of the Frontier League. He actually had a pretty decent start the other day, if I'm not mistaken. CBS Sports, by the way, did a whole thing about the mystery of him this upcoming year, and it's going to be something late first or later. Drew Jones, by the way, I love Drew Jones, Robert. But back to Rocker. I don't know, honestly, with Rocker. He's kind of one of those. I would compare him, if I had to compare it to like football terms, I would compare him almost to like Lamar Jackson or a Malik Willis even. I think Malik Willis is a better comparison. Because remember, a lot of people thought Willis was going to be the clear-cut first rounder, and then he ended up as a third-round pick. I think the same thing could happen with Rocker, because you know he's going to ask for a lot of money. So a team going after him in the first is going to have to go over slot, which they're not going to want to do. But for a guy like Rocker who has so much upside, I think it's definitely interesting to bring up that he could be a first-round pick, but that's a big risk for a team to take. And the reason why, again, because for those who don't know, the Pirates, the reason they had such a loaded draft class on paper last year with the likes of Bubba Chandler, Anthony Solometto, Lonnie White Jr., Henry Davis, etc., is because they went underslot with Davis on that first pick, which gave them more money to spend in the later rounds. Now, with Jack Leiter and the Rangers, Leiter, of course, went higher slot, so that made it a little bit harder for them to add in other areas. So if the Pirates can go under, heard he has some kind of shoulder procedure. Yeah, and that's the other scary thing about Rocker. You don't really know his injury history. You don't really know a lot of that stuff. And what is crazy about Kumar Rocker is I remember last year before the season started, a lot of people thought it was just going to be the clear-cut choice for the Pirates with the way he pitched at Vanderbilt. And then, of course, Jack Leiter took that spot over, and then Henry Davis did his thing. I would expect Rocker to maybe be a conditional pick. So you guys know how they have the conditional picks near the end of the first round. I think a team there could take a shot on Rocker. But if you had to ask me late first or somewhere else, I would bet on somewhere else. But, I mean, he's also that kind of guy where I think he could either go in the top 10 based off a team that might want to take him. He could go late first, or he could go in the middle rounds, like the 3rd, 4th, or 5th round. All of that is very possible for Kumar Rocker. But I also love, too, that the draft is happening on All-Star Weekend, because for content purposes, that is going to be absolutely awesome. Also, something I forgot to mention to you guys, I am actually going to be moving to a new place soon, so the setup that you all are used to and love is going to change a little bit. It's going to feature a lot more of my pop figures and stuff like that. So be on the lookout for that. I think it's going to be very fun to get this new setup in this new place up and running. The only thing that I know there is going to be an issue as of right now is the internet situation, but we will be getting that figured out. But yeah, you guys are going to get to see the whole new setup. I might even ask you guys what you might want to see included in the setup. I can buy some cool little stuff. Of course, you guys know I have the flag behind me as always. I have a Bill Mazeroski signed home plate in baseball. Of course, I have the Pirates hat, the Josh Harrison jersey, the Key Brian Hayes jersey, all that stuff. So if you guys have any ideas about things I could include behind it, I was even thinking about going to like Hobby Lobby and stuff like that, just to make the background look pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, the Kumar Rocker thing, I don't know. I just want the Pirates to stay away from it. Now, if he's available in like round 4 and you went underslot, I would take Kumar Rocker. Honestly, just take him and whatever happens, happens. Do you think there's any chance Yoshi is DFA'd before the deadline? I think a lot of that just depends on how the injuries are with the team. With Bly Madris being here, though, I think that makes that a lot more feasible and easy, because Bly Madris could be the platoon first baseman with a guy like Michael Chavis. You also have Daniel Vogelbach, who could go over there in an emergency situation. So, for me, that's a very big possibility. But again, as Gary likes to say every Monday, there's 4 million reasons why Yoshi is still on the team, and that's because of his contract. So we'll see if the Pirates decide to do that or not. I would like to see them do that kind of thing. It would be interesting, though.
The first baseman, number 22, Brandon Drury.
And Yoshi as well. I mean, dude, I like the signing of him, bringing him back at first, but what we've seen from him now, I'm really for it. Do I think that Vogie could get traded at the deadline? That's an interesting one, Dave. Maybe, but I do like what Vogelbach adds to this team for this year. And you are right about significantly less on the deal. And yeah, that was also crazy, and that's one thing that a lot of people bring up in terms of the whole Yoshi situation, is even this team could eat $4 million. It's just a matter of, are they going to? They should. I just don't. I'm drinking a can of Budweiser Senior. It was the American Budweisers. I usually have a beer a day. It was something my grandfather, whenever I came of age, he kind of did, and it was just a way of him, you know, like when he would sit down and watch baseball, he'd have one. It's usually what I do. I have like one, at max 2, just so if I have my show recorded after that or the next day, I remember everything that happened. But it was the American cans from Budweiser. Usually I'm a Miller Lite guy, Miller Lite or any kind of craft beer. Yeah, but my grandfather also was a Coors Lighter who said the can had to have the Mountain Blue or he wouldn't drink it. Nick Senzel. Is that Nick Senzel? Yes, it is. Dude, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Wilson tonight, guys. What do you think about the the performance we've seen so far from Bryce Wilson tonight? Of course, again, this is against the Reds, so I never thought I'd say that really after seeing last year. But what do we think? I want to hear you guys' thoughts on what we've seen from Bryce Wilson so far. Bottom of the 5th, and he's only at 61 pitches, too. So we'll see how they decide to play this. I would love to see him get an extended start here. I think it'd be very nice to make that happen. You were at Wilson's start on the 2nd. He is putting in a very good outing. I like it a lot. Dude, look at... yeah, so... for my MLB The Show players, FYI. Playing versus the CPU, especially for a program like Topps Now where you have specific players and everything, yeah, that was a little boring. Like, I mean, it is boring when you play on rookie, but look at how fast I just got Chris Sale and all this stuff done. So you saw before the game, I know this is a little off topic, but you saw before the game where we were, and we were around, a very, raining here and making it so hard that my DirecTV has lost signal. Yeah, there was rain really bad here in Savannah, dude. It was not fun. I did not like it at all. But I'm very close, by the way, to getting one of these cards again. You have the new Nolan Gorman card. I also love these Baltimore Orioles jerseys. They look like Oregon Ducks jerseys, but orange. Nolan Gorman's a nice little cool player, and then Jordan, very much deserving of the Player of the Month. But I'm very close to finishing this, which is actually really nice. You guys are helping me out a lot with this, actually. Just letting me talk to you guys and run through stuff. When are you going to port to PC? What does that mean? Oh, like when am I going to port to PC? Like when am I going to get a PC? I don't know. Not really sure. But what do you guys think we get with these packs? I'm also going to go ahead and... When is MLB The Show coming to PC? I'm not really sure. I don't know. I would assume maybe next year, just because of the fact that, a lot of the games are moving over. The Universal DH is going to move over, so they're going to need a powerful engine to do that. You've seen other big games move to PC already, too, so I would fully expect this game to move to PC at some point. The only problem I think that you're going to have with PC, especially on a game like this, is with the play coverage indicator, the PCI. People are going to be nuts with that shit on PC with a mouse and a keyboard. So, who knows? Also, this is why you never buy packs, never invest money into this game. Eric Gonzalez, Pirates legend. Max Kranick, Pirates legend. As you see, I'm also kind of trying to build my stub count up, so I'm selling pretty much everything right now. They can limit to controller, which I think is something they would have to do with that kind of thing. Just because, again, a mouse and a keyboard with the engine would not be feasible. What do you guys think I should do here with Rodriguez? He's been having a really good year. He's going to get uploaded to a gold soon. Yeah, 2K is on PC. 2K is already on PC. But yeah, I mean, Julio Rodriguez, I don't know, I'll hold on to it for this card for now. Yeah, I'll hold on to it for now, because they'll probably get uploaded to a gold pretty soon. Let me make sure, because I'm almost done with this damn program. Because I already know Chris Sale will be pretty easy. I mean, you saw what I did. I had John Gray in for one game against the CPU and paralleled him already. Monthly awards hitters, I'll pretty much have that done pretty soon too. Reynolds will be done. So I'm close to getting Jordan, which is nice because then I'll get that 15,000 XP. But also, I still haven't completed Live Series, so we're kind of, there's an intermission in the game right now. So let's go to my wonderful collections, and you see the 3 teams that I haven't finished yet. I've finished literally all this stuff already. Still need DeGrom, still need Scherzer to get Gary Carter, still need Acuna, and of course, still need Trout and Ohtani. I play this game literally every day, and you see that the pack look I have is absolute garbo. This is the card that I want so desperately badly, but I'm still waiting on it, because we still have yet to finish the AL West, haven't finished the NL East, but everything else is done. Literally all of this will be done, and then I can have Randy Johnson, who I absolutely dominate with in this game when I get the chance to use him. But the George Brett collection, on the other hand, the reason my stub count got so high at one point is because I sold all of these cards, which I kind of regret doing a little bit, but also not a big deal because they're not that expensive anymore. Prime, pretty much done. I could literally buy Weaver and those guys for $45K and have it done with. And then, you have these other guys too. Future Stars won't be that hard. Awards, I got Adam Duvall in that pack earlier, obviously. Will Myers, not expensive. David Price, kind of expensive. Reggie's expensive. Pujols is expensive. Grandy Man, not expensive. Robbie Ray, not expensive. Hobby's expensive as hell. So, I mean, that won't be that hard. Signature is the one that I thought that I was going to skip until they came out with this Jay Buhner card. And now Glavin's 36K, 56. I could finish at least one of these right now. Like Dontrell Willis, I could finish. But I want to get to a point. Takashi, the reason why I'm pushing so hard, by the way, on Takashi is because I could take Utley or Mantle, right, from the Tops Now program, and then I could offload one of these Takashi cards that you get. So like Stan Musial, Rolly Fingers, one of Alfonso Soriano. I could trade one of those guys away. So to give you an idea of that, this is the program going on right now. The next program, of course, will be All-Star. But all of these cards right here, these are cool, but they're also going to be a lot cheaper later. And you get two of them. Another double for... Dude, Vogel's having a game, dude. I'm loving this. Top of the sixth inning. Vogel, see, I don't know, man. Dave brought up trading Vogel earlier, and it would be interesting to see. Also, the cool thing about Fernando Valenzuela, free card. This is also why I say don't invest money into this game. Because you see where I am here with all this stuff. I'm already this far. But then you have to remember, I've already completed all this stuff. I completed that stuff. So you have all these things, too, that I could be doing right now. But I can also do those. I've already done all that. Make sure you do your dailies. If you play this game, by the way. This is for the people that play the game. But once I get Yordan, 15,000 XP will put me at over 2,000. I know definitely for sure. So I'll definitely be past here. I think I'll be here. Plate approach is king to making me like you. Vogie has a good approach. Yeah. I agree 100% on that, dude. You can't go wrong there. Chris Sale, I got to use this card. Ugh. Wait. I just thought of something. I thought that was going to get down the line there for him, but it didn't. We finished that. Bree, we're done with Hernandez, Torre Lopez, Schwarber, Reynolds is almost done as well. So we need this with monthly awards hitters. So, okay. So what I can do now, which is super cool, is I can put in guys like Seth Lugo. Well, I'll probably not do anything with the pitchers. Chavis isn't that terrible, but his approach is infuriating to watch. I can agree, dude. I can agree. He's definitely a little hard to watch sometimes. Was I done with John Birdie? See, I have like a very bad attention span when it comes to this stuff. Yeah, he has come on pretty strong. So I need to keep... Oh, God, this is so annoying. I need to keep all those guys in. But we can start doing stuff with this now. Thank you for everybody tuning in, by the way. Of course, ask me anything about the Pittsburgh Pirates. I will answer it as best as I can. We're going to put Bo Bichette in there. Where's Eloy? We're going to put Eloy in there. I feel like... Am I missing something? All-Star DJ. Oh, Harleman Killebrew. That's the other guy. Yeah. I would really like to see Jack Sawinski get a run in here, dude. We need it. I don't think one run is going to be enough to do it in this game. At least I don't trust it to be enough in this game. So is Shelton the manager in 2 years? I'd still say yes. I would still say yes. I think a lot of his determination will be whenever he gets to a certain point of, okay, well, this team is contending. Now you don't have an excuse. You know what I mean? Rod Carew, I believe, is a guy that I needed. God, I wish they would let you sort on this game differently. There's Harmon. Of course he only does that. Oh, but this guy, this wonderful guy, can play second. And then Rod Carew can play first. I believe I needed Carew, right? Yeah, I would still, or I'm doubtful if he makes it through this season. Dude, really? I don't know, man. That's really tough to say if Shelton's going to get fired this year. I don't exactly agree with it. Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah, I got to do Killebrew. You're right. Thank you. I think they need. Oh wait, I have to read this one. I think they need to fire the whole staff. I would say it would take a lot to do that, just because of the state of the team. But I get where you're coming from. I do. But also, it's so difficult to really judge what any of these guys are doing right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's very tough. What's Jim? No, Jim's. Wait. Oh my God. I'm like having like a freaking, having like a moment here. Oh yeah, he was the Guardians Live series. Yeah. I think that was everybody. I know I needed Seth Lugo, which I thought I had him in this lineup already. Where the hell? Oh, I do have him. Okay, cool. If anything, I'll do that. All right. Back to play CPU. All right, guys. I'm going to ask you guys, who should we play this time? It's going to be on rookie either way, but who would you guys like to see? How did I get my Pirates logo to look like that? I will show you. Go to Customize, Logo Vault, and I found it in here. I found the logo vault in here. I don't remember how. Geek Mill says the Angels. We get Toronto. All right. I mean, Angels, Toronto. But yeah, that's so you go to the logo vault, and then that's how you do it. Yeah. So I actually might be able to find it because you can usually search by. I think Pittsburgh will usually do it. So we'll do this real quick. Remember, I don't own any of these. So you get all these different little Pittsburgh things. You get the Pittsburgh Bees, the Pittsburgh City Connect. That's one that a lot of people seem to like. The Pittsburgh Sabres, the Pittsburgh Bees again. These are apparently unavailable. Pittsburgh Legends Man, the Pittsburgh Huskies. So you get all this kind of stuff right here. There's the old Penguins logo, the Panthers logo, the Pirate P. I can't remember where I got mine from. I think it's in here somewhere. Yeah, Pittsburgh Pride. So it's right here, actually. So if you want to kind of screenshot that or take a picture of it, it's called Pittsburgh Pride. But you can see all the cool little stuff here. The Pittsburgh Steelers logo. That is a very well done Steelers logo. And then, of course, you got the Pittsburgh Crawfords, and then custom logo, all that stuff. The 412 logo. I thought about making custom jerseys in this game. It's so difficult. Yeah, I've said multiple times about the Pirate City Connect jersey that it needs to be like the Steelers Color Rush jersey, just all black with yellow letters. All right, so we had Toronto and the Angels as the listed teams. Toronto is actually my second favorite team, so we'll play the Blue Jays. Let me make sure my team is all set up. Yep, we're good. All right, cool. Now, again, just remember I play these on rookie because why not? I mean, it's easier for me to do it that way. I also always play these games on the road, if you were wondering, because it makes it a lot easier because you can get more out of your pitcher from that. But you see the little lineup that we're going to have here with all this crap. Yeah, the City Connect jerseys are going to be dope. Yeah, I don't mind my crappy ranked record. Dang, she throws better than Manny B. All right. We are still up 1-0. Wilson still going strong, by the way, guys. Bryce Wilson at 70 pitches here through 5. Yeah, I also just started using PCI like a week ago, so if you guys see my PCI is absolute, like, dog crap, that's why. But it's also on Rookie, so I'm used to playing on All-Star. You see, I get the hang of it. Like, that kind of hit on, like, All-Star would not go. Ooh. Hope the umpire's okay on that play. Ball hit right off of his helmet. He appears to be okay, which is good. Oh, he's safe. No, he's not. Dude, why does it always feel like Tommy Pham? He's 0 for 2 in this game, but why does it always feel like Tommy Pham, especially like whenever, like where he was at? Why does MLB insist on having special jerseys for the All-Star game? Dude, I don't know. I always liked how the NBA used to do it before they had theirs, where they used to just wear their jerseys. That's how MLB should do it. Nice. 2 outs. Let's go. Oh. Oops. Tyler Nyquin just hit a home run. Thank you, guys. I just realized I was like 3 minutes behind. Sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah, last year's jerseys were absolutely awful. That was just a great hit by Nyquin, by the way. He just dug that right out of the ground. Did we really expect Wilson to go scoreless through the whole game? No. That's why I said another run was needed, very much so. But we're tied at 1. Wow, that was a great catch by the fan, too. Held on to his beer and everything. Sign that guy to play outfield. Also, guys, I also meant to ask you guys this. Who, at this point in the year, what are your World Series predictions? Love to hear the World Series predictions. I always think they're really interesting to hear. Also, I have the broadcast on mute as well. Have Greg and Rock been doing okay? Also, thank you to everyone tuning in today. Appreciate it. Of course, you guys will be getting an episode tomorrow morning with the guys over at Locked On Reds. We're going to be recapping this series and taking a look at both teams heading in through the rest of the year. Maybe the Yankees have a shot. Yeah, I think a lot of what they do at the trade deadline is going to really speak that for me on what they do. Just because of the idea that the Yankees, they're built really, really well. They're built to win with that pitching staff, and the offense does just enough to get things done. But at some point, you have to think teams are going to catch on to what they're doing, right? So, I don't know. Think the Dodgers probably go for the NL. I could see that, Dave, but the Dodgers do need to get healthy. That has been their main issue, is health thus far this year. So we'll see what they happen to do. The NL is a little tough. I I'm liking what the Mets and the Braves are doing right now in the NL East. Yeah, I know the Yankees fans really want Reynolds, and they're not getting him, so they can keep dreaming. I mean, a lot of teams want Brian Reynolds. I think any team in baseball would take Brian Reynolds personally.
Leading up for Toronto.
Like, name me a team that wouldn't start Brian Reynolds in their outfield. Like, I actually want you guys to answer that one. Like, name a team that would not start Brian Reynolds in their outfield.
The catcher, Alejandro.
Maybe the Blue Jays with Teoscar, Springer, and Lourdes Gurriel. Maybe. The Yankees, of course, want him, so they'd start him. I guarantee you Aaron Hicks would get thrown out of that lineup so quick if Reynolds was on that team. But I mean, I just really think of it that way. Like, when people talk about Reynolds' trade value, I say, what teams would he not start on? Like, if you had to name one player on this Pirates team that would start for every team and would be an impact player on every team, it'd be Bednar and Reynolds. He doesn't have to stay at center field, Robert, no. He doesn't have to. If you remember, he actually wasn't a center fielder until the beginning of last year. Just for the asking. Yeah, there's no way, dude. Dude, I need Cruz to send one into the moon. Seriously. Dude, John Birdie, man, this card is kind of nice.
Now batting, the right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
I really hope this game doesn't go into extra innings, by the way. Because that Cruz homer in person... Oh, you talk about the one when he absolutely rocketed it? Yeah. Speaking of hitting the ball so hard.
Now batting, the left fielder, Aloy.
Oh, Cruz beat that out. Cruz beats it out. Atta baby. That's a start. I'd like to see Cruz kind of battle for second here on this one. No outs. He has the speed. Tyler Stevenson is a pretty good catcher, though.
Now batting, shortstop, Bo Bichette.
I wonder if they're going to credit that an error or if they're going to credit that a hit. Because that was a very interesting play, you know? It is also crazy how the Reds, bullpen game this. It's always fun to see a team not named the Pirates have a bullpen game. Jesus. Again, I know I'm on rookie right now, but I am piecing the ball up. Where in the lineup should Cruz hit? I think where he's at right now is fine, actually. For just how things are rolling right now, he gives you some juice at the bottom of the lineup. I just don't think you should have him that high. A lot of the better teams do that with some of their better hitters, is they put them in the lower parts of the lineup, which I'm fine with. I think 6 is a perfect spot for him. Hayes should lead off all the time. Reynolds batting second is fine. Chavis Madris can bat third, however you want to do that. Vogie batting fourth is cool. Castillo batting fifth to me is cool. I mean, well, Castillo just got really mad on that swing. But at the end of the day, I mean, I think Cruz in between 5, if he's batting fourth, fifth, or sixth, I think that's fine. And that's just because, again, the one thing I think this offense has been lacking is once you get past Reynolds, Hayes, Chavis every now and then, Vogie every now and then, and a bunch of those guys, it kind of gets lost in the fold at the bottom. Man, Castillo has just not been having a good run of things, dude. But I believe I saw a stat earlier that 7 of his last 10 hits were home runs. We're getting into the nitty-gritty over here on this one, guys.
The first baseman, number 3, Harmon Killebrew.
Come on, Pittsburgh. Dude, why are they not, like, flirting with the idea of sending Cruz? There we go. He's safe, dude. Yeah, see? Look. Wow. Hey, guys. Look at me. If Gamble says he should bat leadoff when he starts, in my opinion. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, see, look, William. It's almost like I'm your host who does the most over here. I was like, they need to send him. I mean, you might as well, because now you have one out with a runner in scoring position. Something in the outfield, a hit. Like, if you get a hit in the outfield, he's going to score. Like, if it's just a basic single to the outfield, he's going to score. He's quick enough. That's why I was sitting there like, are they going to send him or what? Because if they were a lot more aggressive with him like that, like with sending him on those stolen pitches, I think he could be like a lot like Rodriguez and flirt with a 20-20 season. Julio Rodriguez is closer to a 40-40 season because he's been up longer, but Cruz could flirt with a 20-20 season if they start getting really, really aggressive with him on the base pass. I really think he could. Because I think post-All-Star break is when you're going to start seeing O'Neal Cruz really get into his groove. And, you know, as the meme likes to say, put it in cruise control. That was a really good slide by Cruz, too. And with that kind of size, man, stealing a base like that, like, he could be, like, his whole body could be off the base, but as long as his foot's there, he's good, dude. That was also a really good throw and a really nice tag.
Leading off for the Pirates, the pitcher, Chris Sale.
I mean, does Cruz also steal third? Maybe. I'm also liking this at bat here from, I believe that's Van Meter. Eric Stout is in the bullpen, the guy that Roanzi got sent down for today. 3-0 here. And Van Meter walks on 4 pitches. Wishful thinking, yes. That's what I'm here for, guys. We're in the nitty-gritty of this game now. 1-1, top of the 7th. Duggar's definitely done, though, after that. I don't see any way that he stays in the game. 65 pitches. They keep showing this play. Oh, Cruz was out. Pirates, ooh, Cruz was out, guys. I don't know if they probably can't review it now because they're not bat pass, but Cruz was out. That's tough. I didn't see that Drury got the glove on his hand. If I was a Reds fan, I'd be very noticeably mad. That's unfortunate. Also, I don't know if you guys just saw the 3-part score graphic, but 1 run for each team, 5 hits for each team, 1 error for each team. So pretty even game we got going on here. Yeah, Cruz was out, dude. That's crazy. Well, with all the bad calls that have been going the Pirates' way over the last couple weeks, I think it's about time that they get a bad call for themselves. Also, hope you guys are enjoying this stream, man. I'm enjoying this, just playing this and having fun. Oh, yeah, umpiring this year has been bad. That's why the the robo-ump thing got brought up, I think. It's just been increasingly bad. Like, and I know Angel Hernandez gets the brunt of it, but it's just been bad all around this year, dude. It's just not been good.
The first baseman, Vladimir.
Thoughts on expansion, like expansion teams? Yeah, the 4th out play too. Thoughts on expansion? Expansion's going to be a little interesting, Will, just because of the idea that the A's are probably on the move. The Rays could also potentially be on the move. So that's already 2 cities that you're going to be working with, that you're going to be moving from. I think Oakland is pretty much going to... I definitely think Oakland is moving to Vegas. If you had to ask me as a betting man where they would move, I think Vegas. I wouldn't mind Montreal getting a team again, but it was also the way that the Expos were managed was awful. But if you're going to expand to 32 teams, of course, you need to find a West Coast and an East Coast team. So the two front runners, I would say, yeah, until those situations are figured out, you can't really figure that out. But if say the A's don't move, yeah, Dave hit it on the nose. Nashville and Vegas, I think, are the two. Nashville, definitely. I have friends in Nashville, and they say those Nashville Sound games are, like, super fun. Like, the Nashville Sound are very popular in that city. They're the minor league team there, which would be interesting how that dynamic would also play in board. But Nashville is just a very good city for their teams. Like, they very much, the Predators, whenever they started in Nashville, people just started loving the Predators when they came on board. You also have the Tennessee Titans. Nashville is a very marketable city. It's just, where do you build the stadium in Nashville? Because I've been to Nashville, and there's not exactly a lot of free real estate from what I would remember in Nashville. I mean, because Nashville, Nissan Stadium is across a body of water, the river. Yeah, the Nashville, I do remember that the Nashville Sound used to be the Pirates minor league team. The Savannah baseball team actually used to be a Pirates affiliate a long, long time ago. If you guys ever get to come to Savannah and see the Bananas play, they actually used to be called the Savannah Pirates. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised about fronting the money. It's just, where do you build the stadium? That's one thing that a lot of people will not realize about cities like Nashville and stuff like that, is where exactly do you build a stadium there? Because you built Bridgestone Arena right on Broadway. Like, I mean, if you ever go, and I don't know if you guys have ever been to Nashville, but Nashville, Broadway is the center of Nashville. Bridgestone Arena was built literally right there. Bridgestone Arena is in the most perfect spot it could be. And I know they're having SummerSlam for WWE in Nashville at Nissan Stadium. It's going to be awesome. And I thought about going. But you have that, and then, as I mentioned, you have Nissan Stadium across the body of water. Now, there is a lot of area out there, but it's something, obviously, it's not my expertise to tell you, like, where they would build a stadium in Nashville. But that is definitely a hurdle that they're going to have to find. Ooh, Hayes is safe. I would have liked to see Hayes do more there. Yeah, he should have took that pitch, I agree. The Pirates need to capitalize here, man. It's one thing, man, about the Pirates is they never give you a dull moment. I'll tell you that. Last night, even in a 16-0 blowout, you got the Greg Brown reaction to Van Meter pitching, and you never get a dull moment with this team. What's also kind of wild about Hayes there is he was going down the line fast. He has sneaky speed, dude. Like, that's one of his most underrated parts of his game, I think, is his speed dynamic. Jesus.
Now batting.
I might be reviewing interference at second base, which I don't like the idea of. Again, reminder, I can't have the audio on while I'm here, because obviously for reasons. No, that has nothing to do with Van Meter, I don't think. If they're reviewing him interference, I don't think Van Meter did anything there. Yeah. Were they just reviewing if he's safe or out? Because he's clearly safe.
Now batting. Shortstop. Bo Bichette.
You still can't get the game yet, Dave? Trust me, man, if I had the power to actually show the game, I would. I mean, I've even seen channels get shut down for just talking about the game sometimes. So it's a very interesting dynamic. Slide violation? Is that what they're calling? Oh, jeez. They call a slide violation. That'd be so wild. But it wouldn't surprise me either because Pirates gonna Pirates. That was a hell of a play. It's a big call in the game too, dude.
The left fielder, Lourdes Gurriel. Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Blue Jays, number 15, Rival.
All right, well we're good. Looks like. By the way, as I'm playing this, Raimel Tapia, a guy I would have loved the Pirates to go after. I think he might have been out of their price range, but I would have loved it as I strike him out in 3 pitches. Again, I'm playing on rookie.
Right fielder,
All right, come on, Gamble. Come on, Gamble.
Your attention, please. Now
wow, a 1.446 OPS with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. That's what I like to hear, but this is also lefty. Lefty's always tough with Gamble. Oh, and it's foul.
The pitcher, number 49, Chris Sale.
Come on, Gamble, deliver, baby. That's what I'm saying. He needs to put a charge into one, dude. Seriously.
The center fielder, number 10.
That is a tough take. That is a good take by Gamble, but that is a tough pitch to take. Dude, you can tell Cruz wants to run home so bad. Yeah, exactly.
Now batting, third baseman, John Birdie.
Come on, Gamble. 2-2 count. I'll even take a walk here from Gamble.
Now batting, the right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
That is a hell of a pitch, dude. This game has, I think this game has extras written all over it.
Leading off for the Jays, the second baseman, Santiago Espinal.
Yeah, that one hurt a little bit. First and third. I think that was their best chance to take the lead for a while, personally. Happy 9:30 on this wonderful Thursday for everyone. Hope everybody's looking forward to a fun weekend against Milwaukee. Got the golden sombrero, Vladdy. Oops.
The center fielder, number 4, Joel.
All right. So, by the way, I know one of you guys asked me who my favorite Pirates player of all time was. Who is your favorite Pirates player of all time, guys? I know Jason Bay, Kutch, and Walker are up there on my list, but I want to know your list.
The left fielder, Eloy Jimenez.
Yeah, Bay was also the player that got me into baseball too, man. That's what's so cool about him is like a lot of people our age, like my age and whatever. That's why we're into baseball, especially from Pittsburgh, growing up watching the Pirates. He was the guy.
Now batting, second baseman.
Bay and Kutch, yeah. Bacon, Bird, and Oliver Onion, kids, pierogi figures. Oh, that's going to be over. Willie Stargell will always be mine. Got to meet him in Macon when he coached for the Braves. Dave, that is awesome. Dude, see, you guys have such cool baseball stories, man. Like, I've been to, like, 7 Pirates games my entire life. I've been to a couple in Pittsburgh. I've been to all of them in Pittsburgh except one, which was when I went to go see him play in Atlanta a couple times. All right, Jason DeLay, what you doing over here? Oh, he's getting the pitch calm. Can I put up 20 runs on the Jays? Nope. Dude, why is Wilson still out there right now?
Leading off for the Jays.
I mean, he's pitching well, but I guess they're going to try to save the bullpen for the Brewers series, which is smart. But bottom of the 7th inning, he's at what now, 80 pitches? I would definitely think this would be it for Wilson. Especially because he doesn't even have an out yet. And they might just be saving Stout for a lefty. I believe Eric Stout is a lefty. Yeah, well, Dave, I was supposed to go to Bradenton this year.
The shortstop.
I was supposed to go to Bradenton this year, and I was actually going to have on-field access for batting practice for a game. But they let me know on St. Patrick's Day, and the game was the next day, so I didn't have hotel accommodations. Like, I couldn't afford... the hotels were way too much money. So I'm definitely going to... it's a goal of mine to get down there, but there was just no way. Now, if I would have known sooner, yeah, I would have been down there, but... Because I was actually supposed to talk to Justice De Los Santos and have him on the podcast while I was down there.
Now pitching and batting in the 6th spot, number 35, David Kelly. Now playing shortstop and batting 9, number 44, Vinny.
They got up there. Chris Stratton now. Said Stout was warming up, but I guess they're going to go with Stratton now. I make the play. Attaboy Sawinski. Dude, I love Sawinski's fielding. I don't know about you guys, but he's not like a gold glove fielder, but he's definitely a good guy to have out there in left field.
Leading up for Toronto, the left fielder, Lourdes Gurriel.
Yeah, I know my controller battery's low. Don't know for a lot of people who have a PS5, but if your controller battery is definitely hard. Well, I mean, and it wasn't that I didn't have the money. It was also just a matter of St. Patrick's Day in Savannah, Dave, I'm sure you know, is a major deal. So obviously I was partaking in a lot of fun things that day. So trying to wake up the next day and get that all situated was also another tough thing. Like, because by the time I figured out, I was already like at the parade, like doing the shenanigans. Sale with a 20 strikeout game, yes sir.
Now batter, the right fielder, Teoscar.
Dude, it's honestly fun in relieving playing the CPU sometimes and just beating the crap out of them. Because there are games on MLB The Show that make me get off this game sometimes. But 20 strikeouts. Sorry if you guys keep getting that wireless battery thing on your screen, by the way. It's just my charger is all jacked up. All right. Well, look at that. Took one game. Oh. There's my Takashi player. which means... it's tough. Take Mickey Mantle. Which now means we can go here, and Babe Ruth is ours. You're convinced you could hit a bowling ball at 100 miles per hour at Hayes and he'd probably make the play? Yeah, probably. Finally get the game back in Van Meter. Making an error is the first thing that I see. Nice. Dude, I'm so close to getting George Brett. Oh my god. Like, if I could just pull like a Trout right now with you guys here, that'd be great. But it's not going to happen. Dude, seeing some of these players, man, I do not know who half these guys are. Yeah, I've heard he's a beast, man, and I'm so close to getting him. Like, I just need, like, one good pull. I'm going to keep Nestor because he might go diamond. Make the play. Jesus freaking Christ. Oh, my God, no. Dude, Van Meter and Gamble have to make that play, dude. One of those guys has to make that play. Man, this is one of those games, dude. Wilson is not it. Ooh. Speaking of Bryce Wilson. Would you be pleased with Van Meter? Because I wouldn't. Oh, look, 5 more packs again. Haha. Gamble shockingly almost made that play. That is so infuriating, though. That's such a fluky hit. Hey, guys, remember Pirates legend Heath Hembry? Dude, this is like the Pirates pack. Look at this, guys. Get the BP home jerseys. Castro, Boz, and... Wow, that's so wild. This is that... I'm on the Locked On Pirates page talking to you guys, and we get Heath Hembry, Shane Boz, Castro, and a Pirates jersey. Love it. Good pitch, Wilson. A boy, buddy. Oh, yeah, I've been on the keep Gamble train, Robert. Really have. Now we get Chase DeYoung, too? Jesus. Gotta keep Brett Sullivan. And that's through, and the Pirates are now down 2-1. Ugh. Not what you wanted. Yeah, this isn't. Yeah, it's. I agree. This is not on. This is not on Wilson at all, which it's just unfortunate. Pirates indeed, being the Pirates. Fire Van Meter into the sun. Yeah. It's stressful, man. Alright, well, I know one of you guys asked to play the Angels, so we'll play the Angels. I think I'm pretty good on the pitching. Yeah. Yeah, I know, dude. Robert, that that was one of the things I talked about with this team before the season started. Is I thought that they were going to be like ridiculous when it came to. I thought they were going to be awesome when it came to defense again this year, and it just hasn't been, dude. It's very unfortunate. Well, I don't have a particular pitcher that I have to do anything with, so because he just got DFA'd, we're going to throw Oronzi out there. And you guys said you wanted to see the Angels. Man, this is the kind of loss that's going to sting. I could tell now. Sheely's Furniture and Mattress. Here comes Stratton.
Leading off for the Pirates, the center fielder, Brian Reynolds. Batting second, the third baseman.
Need Stratton to get out of this inning now.
Birdie. The right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
Come on, Stratton. Get out of the inning, buddy. See it. Come on.
Batting fourth, the left fielder, Eloy Jimenez.
One, two. We need it, dude.
The left fielder, Brandon Morris. Batting second, the shortstop, Tyler Wade.
Why is G1 Bay not here? I have no idea, dude. It's actually kind of annoying. Yeah, well, yeah, Van Meter, I understand. Castillo. Castillo is here for a reason. Van Meter, though, I'm not understanding it anymore. Yeah, Drury versus Stratton is a very interesting matchup, but it's better than lefty-righty.
Leading off for Pittsburgh, the shortstop, Bo Bichette.
That was a good start by Bryce Wilson, too. But that's the thing that's been so, and, yep. That's one where Gamble, I think, just has to let that one go, dude. Like, he has to not do that.
Batting fifth, the second baseman,
You guys remember when I was talking about games getting away? This is what I meant.
batting seventh, the catcher, number 39, Jose Trevino.
Yeah, I get Gamble's trying to make a play there, man, but I think you just keep that one in front of you and then maybe either hold the run or only give up one run there. Giving up 2 runs and a triple. It's tough, dude. And it sucks, man, because, I mean, the Pirates, they should be beating this Reds team. They should be.
Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 3, Harmon Killebrew. And leading up for the Angels, right fielder.
Love Jim Leland. Oh, I love Jim Leland quotes, man. No nonsense kind of guy right there, Jim Leland. Another thing that I wonder is if, like, the players themselves like having guys like Josh Van Meter and stuff around. But the other thing about this, too, a lot of this doesn't even fall on Stratton and Wilson, I don't think. It's just stupid defensive miscues that just shouldn't have happened, personally. Thank you to the 6 watching right now. Guys, thank you. Tommy Pham makes it 5-1. All right, well, are we ever getting out of this inning? It's a good question to ask, huh? Man, this sucks. Wilson was pitching so well. Now the offensive explosion has happened. I did say it earlier, though, about Tommy Pham.
Leading off for the Pirates, the pitcher, Rosie Consuelo.
Here's where it all went downhill, too, with Tyler Nyquin.
The center fielder, Brian Reynolds. Now batting, third baseman, John Birdie. The batter, the right fielder.
Well, I mean, watching me right now play, Robert, I'm doing well, but I'm also playing on the easiest difficulty. I could play an online game, but I don't know if you guys really want to watch me do that. And I mean, I'm also on rookie right now, grounding into double plays with the bases loaded and nobody out. So I look a lot like the real Pirates right now. Stratton is definitely struggling right now, though. Thank you, Reynolds.
The batter, number 11, shortstop, Bo Bichette.
Who is the, I keep seeing the Field of Dreams stuff. Who is the Field of Dreams game this year? Isn't it the Cubs and the Cardinals?
Michael Lorenzen.
By the way, for anybody,
Up next to the Angels.
rally caps on, boys. Yes, sir. For anybody wondering hockey-wise, if you go check out Locked On Pens, the Penguins just took a Canadian defenseman, Owen Pickering,
Up next for the Angels, the shortstop, Tyler Wade.
I don't know, man. Maybe they make a rally here. I'm not sure. Cubs and Reds? Seriously? That should be a interesting Field of Dreams game. Hell, I do remember that the Little League World Series Classic against the Cubs and the Pirates. That was always a little fun little game to watch that year.
The first baseman, number 3, Harmon.
They're gonna wear their old school jerseys too. Pretty cool. Why am I struggling so much on rookie with this right now?
And leading up for the Angels, the center fielder, Mike Trout.
Yeah, I'm getting the ads on MLB.tv. That's probably why I keep end up being behind. Dealing with Roanji on rookie though, 5 strikeouts. And then he does that.
Now batting, first baseman, Jared.
Don't worry, guys. This is what Roanji will look like in 3 years.
The catcher, number 33.
Glad you guys are also paying attention to me playing the CPU on rookie. I just thought this was a cool little engagement thing to do with you guys, and you guys have seemed like you've been enjoying it. Oh, well, I just gave up a run on rookie. Oops. Great play there, though. Yeah, Ty's longest outing of career for Bryce Wilson.
The pitcher, Contreras. The center fielder, number 10, Brian Reynolds.
Even thought about playing with fans, like on here? I mean, if this is something you guys enjoy and stuff, I could definitely do it. I mean, it'd be kind of cool.
Now batting, third baseman, John Birdie.
I mean, if that's something you guys would be down to do, I'll post it on Twitter and people can drop their PSNs and we could do whatever. Make a little Locked On Pirates MLB The Show tournament. Be kind of cool.
Now batting, right fielder, Teoscar.
Play/watch. That'd be kind of fun. Yeah, this game here is starting to look rough.
Now batting, left fielder, Eloy Jimenez.
There's Eric Stout again. Well, Vogie's been having a good game. I mean, there's been good games abound in this game. It's just one run again, dude. This offense just does not get it done sometimes. And more often than not, it's just aggravating.
Now batting, third baseman, Jeff Mayfield.
And that'll be 2 outs. All right, guys, I'm probably going to end up ending the stream here after this Pirates set, just to get ready to record with those Reds guys whenever the game is over. If you have any other final questions, concerns, comments, get them in now as Chavis is up to bat.
Now pitching for number 66.
And that will wrap that up. So no response from the Pirates offense. And guys, with that said, thank you so much for tuning into this. We'll definitely do this more often. And make sure you guys check out tomorrow's podcast with the guys over at Locked On Reds. Thank you guys so much and have an awesome